Hello everyone, welcome to our fourth lesson in morphology, and this lesson is going to be about word formation processes, basic processes that are taught in bachelor in BA. So basically we can start with uh, these processes. These are processes languages use to modify the form and meaning of lexemes. So the processes are provided with explanation below. So our first process is affixation. And this means that the most common morphological process for modifying a root is by attaching an affix to it. You modify a root by attaching to an affix to it, then you create, new words. So there are four types of affixation. So we have prefixation. An affix is placed before the base of the word. Okay, before the base of the word. That's pre-affixation. So we have for example, the word friend. To create another word using prefixation process, we come up with unfriend, for example. We have able becomes unable, band and band, lock and lock. So this is prefixation. We just put an affix before the root, the base of the word. Then we have suffixation. An affix is placed after the base of the word. This is one is after. So examples: acceptable, certainty, so able, t, these are affixes. Careless, happily, so these are suffixes. We added them to the base to form new words. Then we have infixation. An affix is placed within a stem. Infixes are very rare in English. Here is a list of words found by James Macmillan. So as it says here, these are very rare in English, but they exist in other languages, like root pattern languages like Arabic, for example, and all varieties of Arabic. The languages that have this root and pattern morphology, um, non-linear morphology. Okay, this is something. Uh, well, just look at the examples that we have here. We have the infixation in. So blooming is infixed in fantastic. So we have fantastic. Then the infixed blooming. Then we have fanblumentastic. Okay, awfully is infixed in be aware. Be awfully aware. Bleeding, absolutely. Blessed, absolutely. These are actual words. They exist in English, but they are very rare. But infixation in another language, in other languages, uh, is very common, and you can find, a lot of examples, especially in Arabic language and Berber. Another process, word formation process, we have here within the affixation group. The fourth example, the fourth type is circumfixation. Circumfixation is an affix with two parts that go together to produce a new derived word. One part is placed before the base, the other part is placed after the base. These are also very rare in English. Example, so we have in and in. In, they are the same. They are placed in the edges of the word. Light, for example, enlighten. Bold, embolden. So these are circumfixes that are added to the base word to form new words. Okay, the process is called circumfixation. So another word process here is compounding. It is a process whereby two roots are combined to form a new derived word. Compound words can be written in three ways. So compounds, we have open compounds with a space between the parts of the compounds. For example, toy store, dive-in board, school bus, car key. So we form a new word by combining two words and leaving a space between the two. And then we have hyphenated words or compounds with a hyphen separating the parts of the compound. For example, twofold, long-term, self-esteem, self-respect. Okay, so these are the combination. So here we combine two words and then we put a hyphen between the two. We have solid or closed compounds without a space or hyphen between the parts of the compound, but they are close together. There is no space, nothing. Okay, like living room, teapot, notebook, bookstore. Okay, so these are compounds. We have three types: open, hyphenated, solid, or closed. Another word formation process is called reduplication. Reduplication is a morphological process whereby a root or part of the root is repeated. If the entire root is repeated, the process is called total reduplication. Okay, total reduplication. If only part of the root that is repeated, just part, the process is referred to as partial reduplication. We have some examples in this language Tagalog. So we have, as you can see, susulat. So we have su and su. These parts are repeated, not the whole word, but just part, the just su that is repeated from solat, for example, right? Solat, in su, solat, just su that is repeated. You can look at the data to have like an idea about what I'm expressing here. And then we have total reduplication where the entire word is repeated. Like arrow, for example, means in this language day. So deriving a new word, another word, we can come up with arrow. Okay? Reduplication is, I don't think we have it in English, but it exists in other languages. Then we have another word formation process called suppletion. It is a process whereby a root is completely changed. Examples of suppletion are good becomes better. You see, the entire word is changed. There is no reduplication or part of the word that's still the same, nothing. Good, better. If you look at the segments that we have, the surface, I mean, they don't look alike. So this is suppletion. Bad becomes worse, go becomes went, be, we have am, is, and are. So this is suppletion. Another word formation process here we have acronymy. It is a process in which the first letters of the words in a phrase or sentence are extracted and put together to form a new word. According to work 1985, there are two types of acronyms. So the acronyms pronounced as word, for example, as one word like radar, UNESCO, AIDS, these are pronounced as one word. Okay, so they take the initial letters and they put them together, but they are pronounced as a word. And we have also acronyms that are pronounced as a sequence of letters like COD, VIP, ATM. You cannot say, for example, code or VIP or atom, for example. So there is the pronunciation of each letter alone. They pronounce each letter alone. Clipping is also a word formation process. It is a process in which a word is reduced, shortened to one of its parts. Examples of clipping are phone from telephone, ad from advertisements, flow from influenza, plane from airplane. So they just they cut part of the word. Okay, I think this is very simple and clear. And then let's move on to blending. It is a process whereby new words are formed by combining parts of two words. Examples are smog from smoke and fog. So this is blending. They just take um, first part of one word and they combine it with the second part, for example, of the other word. Okay, branch from breakfast and lunch, report from helicopter and airport. And then we have borrowing. It is a process by which a word from one language is adopted for use in another language. Languages borrow words from other languages all the time. So the word that is borrowed is called a loanword. Usually loanwords are adapted according to the phonological and morphological system of the host language. So for example, tango from Spanish to English, fiancé from French to English, pizza from Italian to English. This is borrowed words, loanwords. Then we have back formation. It's another process whereby new words are formed by removing a supposed affix for an existing word. Okay, they just remove, like edit from editor. Here, back formation, for example, here we just form like new words, like we have editor. Then we want to make a verb. We need a verb for this word. Then it's edit. Okay, enthus from enthusiasm, televise from television, sculpt from sculpture, paddle from paddler. We make new words from the existing words. Okay, and then to create, for example, verbs or nouns, etc. We have coinage. It is a process whereby new words are created either deliberately or accidentally. It is about inventing entirely new words, like knowledge. Okay, so for example, here clinics is a new word. Okay, it's a brand name, Xerox, Nylon. Okay, so these words they are used in technology and in science, in medicine, etc. Then we have eponymy. Eponymy is a process by which words are formed based on the names of people who invented or discovered things. Okay, places or products. So Washington DC is named for George Washington. America is named after Italian map maker Amerigo Vespucci. Boycott is named for an Irish land agent, Captain Charles Boycott. So these people, they invent something, they invent things, places, products, they discover something, and then they just name those things after their names. Okay. Then we have conversion. It is also called zero derivation, null derivation. Here, there is no derivation actually. They just or functional shift is just a word formation that involves the creation of a word classes from an existing word of a different word class without any change in form. In other words, it is the process of change the function of word from one grammatical category to another. So here conversion looks a little bit like back formation. Back formation will form new words from an existing word, but there is a morphological change. Editor to, for example, edit from. Uh, so here we create, for example, a verb, right? So here we have beta, which is a noun. We need to create, for example, a verb from this noun. We make to beta. The same word can be a noun and a verb. Okay, just like editor, which is a noun, we created edit for a verb in back formation. Here we don't cut or remove any part of the word. We keep it the same way. So this is just to, you know, make the difference between conversion and back formation, because they are a little bit alike. So in conversion, we keep the same word. We use it as a noun and as a verb or adjective, depending. So to answer, that's the verb. Answer, noun. Bitter, that's an adjective. Bitter also can be type of beer. That's a noun. Baby, noun. To baby, verb. To have children. Calm, adjective. Calm, noun. So we form new words by keeping the same word. Just we add, for example, to make a verb, and yeah, that's it. There's not much to it. Well, thank you very much for your attention. I hope you enjoyed. I didn't tackle all the morphological processes here. There are some advanced that I don't know if they are taught in BA or in master degree, but this is the basic morphological operations that are taught at the university in BA. I hope you enjoyed them. And if you have like any other morphological operations that uh, you studied at the university, you want me to make a video about or explain it, leave it in the description, in the comment, sorry, leave it in the comment, and I will make a video about whatever you need. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you, and see you in the next video.